Welcome to Imtiaz Vlogs. Advanced Eid Mubarak to everyone. Today I'm here at Avi Trading for a very special review. So I am reviewing the 2021 Porsche Panamera 4 SE Hybrid Executive. So this is the longer wheelbase and it's the 4S, so it has more power than the standard 4. So let's start the full in-depth review. So let's start the full review. So first I'm going to talk about the history of Porsche. So Porsche started their company at 1948, a very back start, and it's been over 70 years this company has been successful in bringing out amazing vehicles. But let's go back to 1948. So Porsche started their company back in 1948 only with 200 workers. Like, to make a car, 200 worker is very low amount. So they first started their car making with 200 workers. Creator of Porsche is Ferdinand Porsche. So the name of Porsche came from its name. So its name is Ferdinand Porsche. And the first Porsche car was built, that was the Porsche 356. And that car was only made 52 units. But after that car, a successful car came from Porsche. The car they made was the 550 Spider. And that car was really popular because it got a lot of sales and a lot of demand. That was the 550 Spider, and over 10,000 car was sold in their 25th anniversary. That was their 25th anniversary, and then they started making amazing built sports cars. So when you talk about Porsche, what do you think? A very good sports car that doesn't compromise of horsepower, doesn't compromise of good handling. So Porsche first started making sports cars, and then they started making SUVs like the Cayenne. Then we have the Macan. Then we have the Panamera. The Panamera is the only sedan that Porsche makes, and I think it's the best handling sedan from a German company, to be honest. Porsche is a German company, and this is their Porsche Panamera. So now let's start the full in-depth review. So now let's start the review. So first I'm going to show you the key. This is the key of the Porsche Panamera. So you can see there. And then you can see the color of the key, and the car actually matches. So if we come back here, you can see the color and the car matches, and you have to pay extra for this. And for the panoramic sunroof, the upper portion matches too. So this is the key of the Porsche Panamera. So now let's start. I'm going to show you the headlights first. These are the LED matrix headlights, and the price of the lights are going to be written up there so you guys can know how much price are these in MSRP. So before I show you the headlights, let's talk about the logo of Porsche. Why did the Porsche logo become like this? Like, everyone thinks that Porsche is a luxury brand and their logo just came out of nothing. No. Porsche logo means that this is the coat of arms of freedom state. And they want to let everyone know that they started their company at a time of war. So they wanted to say to everyone with the logo of the car. So now let's not bore you with a lot of history. Let's get inside. Let's turn on the headlights. So it obviously gets keyless entry. There, getting inside. Foot is on the brake. The car has been started. You cannot hear the engine because this is a hybrid. This is the daytime running lights. This is the headlight. This is with the high beam. This is with the high beam off. This is with the high beam. This is with the high beam off. Now I'm going to turn on the hazards, and I'm going to come outside, and let's show you these headlights. So these are the headlights for the Porsche Panamera. If you guys come a little closer, you guys can see these have like these lights here. Like I told on my review of the Porsche Taycan and the review of my Porsche Boxster, every single Porsche has these 4 lights to tell that it's a Porsche, and all of them have these 4 lights. And in the center you have the main light with the high beam and the main projector setup. In the side you could see in cool design it's written Porsche, and then obviously the light is on above the bumper. And then if you get down, you have the hazards light here, that if you turn off the hazards, it goes to the daytime running lights, but if you need it to the hazards, it goes to the hazards. Now let's show you the full front bumper. So now let's show you the full front of the car. So the width of this car is 76.26 inches, and in the front you have 6 sensors, and in the back you have 4 sensors with a camera at the front that's down here. So why does this car have an aggressive front bumper? This has the exterior sport package in black, so with the white and the black contrast it looks good. So first, if we start from here, you can see this is open. You can see the radiators in here for getting the ultimate cooling for the engine. So you can see these parts are open, and these are shaped very aerodynamically. So the air can pass in with the daytime running lights here. You have this very cool looking down diffuser with these also open for cooling the engine and the radiators. You have the number plate slot in the center. If we come here, you have the tow hook of the car, and it's the same on the other side. If we get up on the hood, you can see there are aggressive lines on the hood for getting the air passed from the hood. So you can see it all the way goes to up the hood. And now we are fully done showing you the full front of the car. Let's check out this engine. So now I'll show you the engine bay. So for opening the engine bay, you have to obviously do it from the driver's side. There is opener right here, and there you go. So this is the Porsche Panamera 4 SE Hybrid. So the engine variants that I'm going to talk about right now. So before we talk about this engine, let's talk about how many variants you can get on the Porsche Panamera. So first is the normal Porsche Panamera that has a 3-liter V6 non-hybrid with a low amount of horsepower. Then if we go one step up, you have the Porsche Panamera E Hybrid. That is a same 2.9 liter V6 with electric motor but lower horsepower than this. Then we have the Porsche Panamera 4 SE Hybrid, that is this car. So then we have a 2.9 liter V6 with more power. And then we have the GTS version that has a 4-liter V8. And then we have the turbo, same 4-liter V8 with more power. Then we have the Turbo SE Hybrid, or Turbo S non-hybrid. That has the top of the grade, and that has the most horsepower. So if we show you this engine, this is a 2.9 liter V6, and it's an E-hybrid. So it has a 2.9 liter twin turbocharged V6 with an electric motor, and a combined horsepower is 577 horsepower and 405 pound-feet of torque. From the engine, it has 437 horsepower, and from the electric motor, it has 153 horsepower. And it is 4-wheel drive. It has an 8-speed double clutch PDK transmission, and it has a lot of power. The 0 to 60 and the weight of this car is going to be right here. Now let's close the engine. Hydraulic struts here, obviously, and then you have the insulation. You have your windshield wiper fluid here, and then another fluid here, and then another fluid here. And I just love the engine cover. It like looks so good with this. And this car also has a 50-50 weight distribution at the front and rear. So what is a 50-50 weight distribution? To get the best handling that Porsche obviously gets. So it has the same amount of weight at the back and the same amount of weight at the front. So it can get the ultimate handling. Now let's close the engine bay. So for that, getting it closer and just tap. So first I'm going to show you the side profile. So first I'm going to tell you about the length of this car. So this is the executive, so this is the longer wheelbase. So the length of this car is 204 inches. But if you get the standard wheelbase, that length is 198 inches. So this car is more longer than the standard wheelbase, so you have more room at the rear seats. So now let's show you these wheels. So these are the 21-inch Panamera exclusive design in jet black. You can see these are the wheels with jet black and satin finish, a Porsche center cap in the center. You have those red calipers and on 6-piston brakes with ventilated rotors. And these wheels, these tires are Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. So these tires are made for the Panamera 4S. So that's why it says Pilot Sport 4S. And these wheels are 275/35 R21s from Michelin. And the rear tires are a little bit more fatter than the front because the rear, it's a 4-wheel drive car, but it's rear biased. So that's why it needs more grip at the rear. So the rear wheels are more fatter. And it obviously gets air suspension, so you can raise up the car if you need more ground clearance, or lower the car if you want to look good. Now if you get up from the wheel, you have this functional vent that is painted in black. This was optional extra. That is actually functional from here. So all the wheel vent, all the wheel air, it's going to pass to here and get out of here. Then the wheelbase of the car is, so the front wheels to the rear wheels, how much gap you have. It is 116.14 inch, and this is for the longer wheelbase. And now if we show you the mirrors are painted in black. This was also optional extra. These are blind spot monitoring, lane departure assist, and has a camera down here for your 360 view, and a light over here that projects at night. So this is the mirror, and you can see there is a little bit open here. Why? So the air can pass through the mirror and all the way go to the outside body. That's why the mirror is not here, placed here with the open air vent. These window lines are in full gloss black. These also had to pay extra, and the door handles are also in black. This also had to pay an extra. Like, you have to pay a lot of extra if you need a Porsche that looks good. Now if I show you the door, there's a cool feature of the door. There's an electric motor, so whichever place you leave the door, it's going to stay right there. It's like you put it here, it's going to stay here. You put it here, it's going to stay here. And it also has soft door closing, so just get it a little bit, it's going to get in. And because this is a longer wheelbase, you can see the rear doors are more bigger, and the same soft door close. There, it pulls it in. Clearance of this car is 5.6 inch standard, but if you need more ground clearance, you can raise up the car. Then we have the rear wheels. The rear wheels are the same, the Pilot Sport 4S, but if you go on the sides, these are 325 30 R21s. So these are more fatter in length, so it needs a lot of grip at the back because it has a lot of power. 577 horsepower. That is the same as a Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG. Now if you get up from here, you have the fuel tank. So you have to open the fuel tank from the inside. You have to do it from the door. Hold it, there it opens. And then you open this, you have your fuel tank. So the fuel tank capacity is 70 liters. And then it has Porsche written in the fuel cap that you can see here. Porsche written, and for filling up, you just rotate this and open it. There, Porsche written. Closing this, there. And then we have the rear. So now let's show you the full rear of the car. But before that, let's show you the charging place. There, so this is where you charge the car. You just tap here and it opens, and you can charge the car from here. And a light turns on that if your charge is full, or you put a timer, you can do it from here. So at one side you have your fuel tank, on the other side you have your charger. Now let's show you this beautiful rear. So now we're on the rear of the car. So the height of this car is 56.2 inches. And now I'm going to show you the tail lights of these cars. So this car has a full LED tail light, and this is the 2021 model, because the 2020 had two individual headlights. So one that started from here that end here, and another one that started from here end here. A picture is going to be here for the rear of the old version. But now I'm going to get inside and turn on these tail lights. Getting inside. There. Press on the brake. The car is started up. Rear full light on with the fog. Hazards. Reverse. This is the full light of the car. Now putting it back to park. And coming out and showing you the tail lights. So these are the full tail lights for the Porsche Panamera. So you have the hazards here. You have the full tail light that all the way goes to the other side. You have this Porsche written in full chrome, and the Panamera 4 written in acid green and in black contrast. If we go down, you have the number plate slot here with two individual lights and a reversing camera with a reversing camera washer. And then you have 4 sensors at the back with your tow hook and reflectors. And then if you go down, this car has the sports exhaust in black. So you have individual quad tips, 2 on that side, 2 on this side, and these are actually real. Like you can see, it's real, but it's very hot now. So now let's check out the boot space. So now let's check out the boot space. So before I do that, there is one rear fog light here. So what is the rear fog? So in European and American countries, if there's a lot of fog, your rear tail lights are not going to be enough powerful. So the fog is there because the fog is really powerful, but do not turn on your rear fog for no reason. So for opening the tailgate, just press here. There's a power tailgate, so it all the way goes up, and it's a sport back, so the full tailgate goes up. So the space over here is 495 liters of space. You have a lot of things that comes with these cars. So you have, first of all, you have the hybrid charger, because this is the plug-in hybrid, and then you have some things for the interior. And then if we get this up, you can see all your battery components down here with your towing hook here for installing it. And there's a scratch plate here. So what is a scratch plate? So if you store luggage in, it's not going to scratch the paint job, because if you do this, it's going to hit here, not here. So that's why it's not going to damage the paint. But if you come here, you have some equipment, a Porsche bag here with your tools and your mobile. So there. And then you have your tire repair kit gel. So this is for the boot. You can also fold down the rear seats actually. So you have to get inside and then just pull this. And there, this is the 60. Actually, only this side actually folds, because this side doesn't. Because there is a center armrest here. So this side, wait. Okay, so it is a 60-40 distribution. So there, now the full liters are going to be written for the boot space. So it has a 60-40 distribution of space. If you guys come up closer, you have a 12-volt socket here. And you also have triggering points. There. And then you have a low cover and a power tailgate with a light here. This is a reflector. So when you open your boot on the highway, another car can see that your boot is open. And this spoiler actually gets up, so I'm going to get inside and get the spoiler up. So the car has to be on start, that it is now. So I have to just press and hold this, and there it opens. So this is with the spoiler up. If you put it on Sport Plus, the spoiler goes up, but if you put it on e-Power or Hybrid Auto, it goes down. Or you can just open it and close it from the interior. There. So now let's show you the rear seats. So first I'm turning on the aircon because it's really, really hot. There, aircon is on. So first, because this is the executive and this has the executive package, that's why this has this full luxury screen. So this is a display that you can control multiple things. So you have your navigation. So if your driver is driving, if you are sitting at the back, you can control your navigation and trip. Then you have your seats. So these are your rear seat controls. So this is for your heated seats. So how much do you want your seat heated? There. For ventilated seats, you have to pay extra. For heated seats, you get it standard. And then you have your options. So your display settings or volume. Then if you go here, your display settings or volume. Then if you go here, it's your climate. So this vent, this actually controls by a screen. So if you go on vent, so you can see if I move this, if I get it down, the vent comes down, get it up, there. So this screen, this vent, you can't move it by hand. You have to control it by a display. There, getting it down, getting it up. So I want it on my face because it's really, really warm outside. So there, controls. You have a full satin finish here that all the way controls this. So I'm going to open the sun blind from here powerly. There. So first, these are your heated seats controls here. Real buttons that I like for Porsche. This is your sun visor opener or closer. This is your rear sun visor opener or closer. Opens, closes. And then if you come here, this is a little swivel wheel for controlling the screen. And then this is your passenger climate control. And this is my climate control. This is my wind speed. This is the passenger's wind speed. And then you have some shortcut buttons for the screen. So if you go on media, you can connect your Bluetooth from here by not touching the main infotainment system. Then you have the climate. So if you go on air, that where you want the air to come. So with this vent, I want my air to come at my face. And then your leg vent also turn on. So the full vent is on. If you go on settings, you can control this with your screen. Like I told you, you can turn off the screen, turn off this vent, and you can see gloss black, or you can open this vent. There. At that down here, you have your air off, your air max, you have your S, Y, and C, so it's auto vent, and you have your rear plus. So this is the most luxury thing at the rear. Then you can go back, or you can go to option. You have your display settings like brightness, switch off display, energy saving mode, or touchless setting. And then if you go on seats, I told you your heated seats, and then your navigation. So this is for this full compartment, so I'm going to leave it on climate. Then if you need cup holders, just push this, you have your cup holders. You can put like a small size coffee in there, but it's going to fall, I guess. You have your two USB-C types for charging and another USB-C type here. And for closing, pull here. For opening, push here. There. So for your armrest, if you just pull this, you have your armrest and sit here. And for opening this, you have some storage, and it is velveted inside, and your full Napple leather. So this is it for the armrest. It doesn't have any through loading or anything. So getting this up, now let's show you the seats. So these are full bucket seats at the back. It has Porsche logo down here. So it has a Porsche logo here, and then you can see the full softness and smoothness of the seats. Wow. You have some seats pockets for your rear, some here, and you have your two cup holders for the rear passengers. And then if I come at the center, before that you have two vanity mirrors for the rear passengers too, with a light. The same for this side with the light. You have your grab handle with the light back here, and then a coat holder here, a coat holder here. So now I'm going to come over this side and show you those seats. So getting up here. So first of all, you have the executive badge here in carbon fiber and in acid green. And then if you come here, you have another AC vent. You have another vent for defogging your window. You have a coat holder here. And then if you come outside, I'll show you the door. So you have 3 memory settings. You have your lock and unlock here. You have your door opener and this gloss black treatment. Then you have your full leather, your cup holders, your Burmester sound system. So this has the extra paid Burmester there. Burmester sound system. And then your blinds. So you also have blinds that is powerly adjustable there. And the rear seats are obviously, the rear glass is privacy glass. And for opening it, there. For closing it, there. And for closing the blind again, there. So it has blinds on both of the seats, both of the windows. So there, this was for the rear seat, soft door close. Now let's show you the front seats. So now we're on the front seat. So first let's show you the glove box. So it's an L-shaped glove box here with some storage, your USB-C type, a light, a 12-volt socket, a little phone holder that you can put your phone that has wireless charger too. So just slide your phone there. It's going to charging because it has a wireless charger. It says put your screen on this side. So there, oh sorry, this side. So there it starts charging, and you have a little socket here, a little storage to put your key right there. Now closing this, you have 2 individual cup holders, a small one and a large one. And then you have another storage here for your key or your mask because it's COVID time. Because it's COVID time, you have a little storage here for your mask. Close it, you know that you're in a Panamera. Now let's show you the sunroof. So for that, just press here. It's powerfully going to open. There, this is the highest it opens. And then for closing it, there. And then, so for closing the blind, then you have to just tap here and hold it. And there it closes. And for the rear blind, you can also control it from here. There. So now let's show you the full center console. So now let's show you the center console. First of all, you have your parking brake here. This is for off. This is for back on. You have your traction control. You have your suspension. So if you want your suspension more stiff, you can do it from here. Or if you want it more stiff, so on the sportiest setting, you can do it from here, or just your comfort ride there. This is for your rear and front windshield heater. This is for your heated seats. This is for your rear windshield heater and your front windshield heater. These all are touch control, and it has haptic feedback. This is your passenger climate control and passenger wind speed that you can control from here. And then for the temperature, here. And then you have your shortcut buttons for the infotainment system, the same swivel wheel, and the shortcut buttons for the infotainment system. You have a volume knob here. Just press it, it's for mute. Press it again, it's unmute. You have your hazard light here. And the new gear knob. So the old one, it had a different. So this is the newer gear knob. So for drive, just tap it there, it's on drive. For neutral, put it once here, that's on neutral. And for reverse, just put it all the way front, and you have your reversing camera with adaptive guidelines, obviously. And then for park, just press here, or for manual shifting, just tap, pull this, and then at drive, this side, and then it all the way goes to the conduct. And then if you just go on manual, it goes to the engine. And then if you want to put it on park, just tap here, the gear knob goes by itself. And then you have your controls here. So this is for individual. This is for your air inside of the car. This is for AC max, heated seats. This is for your auto and the same wind speed. And this full part is gloss black with the Panamera written here. Now I'll show you the infotainment. So now let's show you this infotainment system. So we have to start up the car first. Starts up, the AC vent opens. So this is the latest infotainment system from Porsche. So first of all, if you go down here, you have your setup. So all your setup settings and all your settings are here, like driver's manual, sports chrono, telephone, navigation, Porsche contact, setting, display, assist system, vehicle settings. If you go one more up, this is for your all the controls for your device. So connect your device. It has Apple CarPlay, but it doesn't have Android Auto. Then come once more up, this is for sound. So where you want the sound to be perfect, so on driver's seat or just in the center. So in the center. Then you have your tone. So your bass or your off. There you can control from here. And then these are the special Permester settings. So pure Bluetooth audio, smooth Bluetooth audio, live Bluetooth audio, air Bluetooth audio, air 3D. Like there's so many designs. That's why you pay more for the Permester. And this is obviously for your volume controls. Get it? Once more up. This is for your full hybrid system. So if it's on full charge, you can e-charge. So it's going to charge from the engine. You can hold a certain amount of battery. So if you go on somewhere that you can use your main engine, you can go with your electric motor, or you can just use hybrid auto or sport plus, sport or e-power, but it doesn't have enough charge for that. So I'm going to just leave it on hybrid auto. You have your energy flow of the car here, so you can see the Panamera. This is the battery, this is the electric motor, that is the main engine. And then if you go once more here, this is all your things of controls for the battery system. This is the timer, that how long the first charging time and the second charging time and the third charging time. And then you have your assist, so your lane keep assist and your full camera. So this is for the front camera and the front camera washer. This is for your rear camera that has adaptive guidelines. These are for your sides. You can see the wheel right there. This is for your front view. This is for your rear view. And then if you want, you can also clean the camera. So if you just press here, there you can see the rear camera just got washed. There, the rear camera just got washed. So if you cross this now, you have your assist. And then if you go once more up, these are all your apps. So weather, news, your all settings, your charging, your restaurant, park, hotel, or your petrol station. And this is it. Now getting once more up, this is your climate. So where you want the air to be on both of the sides, your ventilation off, AC, your SYNC here. This is for this one to turn off. There, this one to turn on. This is for the setup, so where you want the vent to be. Oh, sorry, wait. There. So up or down, where you want it. So I want it on my face. There. So if you go back, there, back here, you have your settings for this. And then if you go, you can also turn off this vent. This is also a AC vent here that you can turn on and turn off with this control. So this is also AC vent there. And then you also have the sports chrono watch. This is the optional extra for the Porsche Panamera. So it has a little watch over here that can control your speed times and your watch time. Coming once more down vent, and this is for your comfort. So how do you want the air to come? Soft, normal, or strong? So I want it on normal for my side, and for the passenger side, what they want, the footwall on what AC auto and the perfume that it comes. You have a timer that how long do you want the AC to get up, and you can also control the rear rear climate control from the front. Then you have your car settings. You can see the Porsche Panamera right there. So this is for your air suspension. So if you want it on low, lift, or normal. Then you have your same suspension control. So do you want it in sport or sport plus, the dampers. Then you have the exhaust to be louder there, or the exhaust to be normal. This is for getting the spoiler up, it shows here, or getting the spoiler down there. And these are your driving modes. So you have hybrid, sport, sport plus, individual, and e-power. If you go down here, control, you can do all the things from here. So this is for your ambient lighting here, So if I put it on red, and you can control the percentage also. So if I put it on 100% for the floors and put it red, and then this side on 100%, and then on the doors 100%, and then for the roof 100%. There. And then you can also control the overall brightness. So now you can see the ambient lighting. You can see it in full red here. You can see it on the speaker, so on the Burmester speaker right there. I'm going to show this on the door, and you can see it on the footwall there. So if you change colors, it's also going to change there. So it's on blue now, it's on a darker blue now, green. So I'm going to put it on this blue color there. So overall brightness is in full high. Now if you go once more down, this is for your trip data. Once more down, this is for your chrono settings, so you can actually control a lap time of this car. Then you have your phone, your media, and your navigation. So this is for the full infotainment system. So now you can see up here you have a lot of controls. So first is the rear cover for the sunroof and the front. You have your camera, parking sensors off and on. You have your sunroof opener, and you have a full mic system for the voice command. You have the light settings here. Turn it off. This is for the rear light settings that you can also control from here. That if you see rear, it's all dark. Press once, the lights are on. There. And then the full front also that you can control here. This is for the full front light. Then you have the rear view mirror that is frameless, and it is actually tiny, frameless. And then you have your vanity mirrors with a light there, and then in the same on the passenger vanity mirror with a light there. So that's for the vanity mirrors and stuff like that. The sports chrono watch, if you go on the attention on detail on this car, you can see it has a very cool design to it, and it has the same acid green like the RPM does. So now we're fully done with everything. Now let's show you all the driver's side. So now I'm going to tell you how to wash the camera. Just press this and the rear camera will wash. There you can see the rear camera is washing, and it fully washed. There. So now I'm going to show you the steering wheels. This is the GT steering wheel, and it is powerfully adjustable. So it's a telescope steering wheel. So it's going to come to you. It's going to go back. It's going to get down and get up. There, so this is the perfect position for me. So if you guys come here now, I'm going to start up the car to show you the controls. So first of all, because of sports chrono package, you have your drive mode here. Then you have some controls here for the this side's display, and control here for this side's display. You have your cruise control down here. You have aluminum paddle shifters on both of the sides. This is for your headlights, high beam, and hazards, and this is for your windshield wiper controls. Now let's show you the full RPM. So now let's show you the full RPM. So you can see in the center you have a full analog RPM. In this side you have a digital screen, and this side you have another digital screen. So before you start the car, there's the outside temperature here, the mileage of the car here. Then you have the time here, and the date, and the Panamera 4S. Then when you start out the car, it slowly comes to life. So this screen, you have the speed that all the way goes to 200 miles per hour. This is the kilometer. Over here you have the outside temperature and the seatbelt warnings and the headlight control. So you can actually control it from this side. In the center you have a full analog RPM that red lines at 7,000 RPM. And you can see this is an acid green because of the hybrid. The drive mode says here, so if I change it to Sport, Sport Plus, or e-Power, Sport again, Hybrid Auto. It's not going to go on e-Power because it doesn't have any charge on the, what is it called, the battery. And this side you have another digital screen that if you go here, so if you just delete this, if you just go all the way up, wait, there. So first of all, if you go all the way up, you have your energy flow, so your battery, the engine, what is powering your wheels. Then you have the wheel system, so how much power is it sending to the rear wheels and the front wheels. Then you have the tire pressure monitor. Then if we go one more down, you have the vehicle settings like your engine temperature, your engine oil temperature, your fluid temperature, your battery voltage. If you go once more down, this is your trip information. This is the navigation for the full car. And then if you go one more down, this is your sports chrono display. Then you have your G-force display. Then you have your boost gauge. Then you have your all the e-power display here. Then you have the energy flow again. So I wanted on the vehicle settings. This is the most coolest part. Then if you go here, you can see the time and the date, and then there is a speed monitor warning here. And then it does have a soft limiter that's at 4,000 RPM. So there it has a soft limiter right there. So that's for the RPM. Now let's show you the door and we are good to go. So now we're done with everything except the door. So first I'm going to start with the scratch plate. You have Panamera 4S badging here. Then you have the Burmester sound system that I'm going to turn on the light, the ambient light. It's going to turn on in a second. So you go on vehicle setting, go on control and ambient lighting. So there you can see the Burmester speaker with that blue light covering it. You have your cup holders here. You have a white light here, so see what you're stepping on. Get up, you have your leather, your window openers, boot opener, and you have your fuel tank opener, your exterior mirror controls, another speaker here, door opener, 2 memory seats, lock and unlock, set, and this is it for the door. Then if you come here, you have a proper brake pedal, proper gas pedal, proper dead pedal. These are your headlight controls. This is your starter button. It's a switch actually. And this is your AC vent for this side, and then your hood opener. So now, turning off the car, and then you have the seat controls. So these are the 14-way adjustable seat controls, and it is fully powerly adjustable. So here, and then on the floor mats also you have Porsche written there. And then turning off the car, taking the key out, and here we come outside. So if you like this review, don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. This was the review of the 2021 Porsche Panamera 4 SE Hybrid. Make sure you go and like their Facebook page, OV Trading. The link is going to be at the description. And see you at the next review. Enjoy the close view and peace.